My mother, she went out with her boyfriend, and my sister, I don't know where she was. My brother, he was over there in the mill village with his friend. So he said, "You was the only one in that house that night?" I said, "Yeah, I was the only one in the house until my lady friend came down the street, Judy McCray, and she asked me who was there with me. I said I was alone. She said, "Can I come in for a little while?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So she came in the house. Like, when you walk through my mother's door, the living room was sitting right there and the kitchen right there. So I sat on the sofa by the window part. And she came over there and sit next to me, right? She said, "How long you been down here?" I said, "I got down here July the 5th. She said, "Oh, you ain't called me, let me know you was coming back?" I said, "Why should I? I don't really want nobody to know when I'm coming down." And she just smiled. And then about 5, 10 minutes later, my sister, and her boyfriend walked in the house, Lewis. And my sister asked me, at the time, Judy had got up and left out the living room and went in the back room. My sister asked me, said, who's here with you, right? I said, "Judy." After a while, my sister came back in the kitchen, right? And her and Lewis, they went on down to the store in Red Spring, right down the dirt road, but you got to go on the highway. There was a stop sign at Hardy's store to get my beer and stuff. So I got up. I went in the back room with Judy there. I said, "Hey, it's getting late." I said, "You ready to go?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Will you walk me home?" I said, "Yeah, wait until I use the bathroom." So by the time I came out the bathroom, like 3 or 4 minutes later, she was ready to go. So her house was like down the street from my mother's house, where she used to stay on my pass, where you walk straight down. Her house was sitting right there. Once I went down that road, at this time, the time was exactly 9:30. I like walked her up to like on the side of the street and make sure she went in the house. So she went on in the house. I came back down the street and went down the other way to go meet my sister and her boyfriend with my beer. I met them when they was coming back on that red stop sign on that corner. They gave me my beer and stuff. I came back to the house with them. My sister asked me, was I going out in the mall tonight? I said, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go over to the projects." It's two ways you could go into the Mill Village. You could go cross that ditch where it's a long bore where you could walk across. Or you could go straight down this way and turn out that way and go around to the Mill Village. So it's sitting right there next to each other. Once I got over there, Chris Brown said, "I see you tomorrow, man. I'm going to go home, man, because my grandmother worrying about me." So he went on home. I went up in the yard and I seen a lot of lights and a lot of people. It's like a party was going on or something. Once I walked up in the yard, I seen my brother Leon Brown, LP Sinclair, and Lisa Logan. They were standing around talking. At that time, I didn't know what they were talking about. My own thing was to do is come get my little brother and take him back home with me. And LP asked me, he said, "Where you coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from home, right?" He said, "Where Chris going to?" I said, "Chris said he got to get home because grandmother worrying about him and stuff." He said, "Oh." Then we start walking slow coming back. We cut the same route that I took. That's the same route we went back through. And we got across the field. Me and Leon was like playing, saying who gonna get home first. And we start running. LP said, "I see you guys tomorrow." I said, "Yeah, okay." And as I was running, I looked at my watch. It was like close to 11:15, and my mama house really ain't that far from that playground. It's like, I say most like about 3 or 4 inches away from it, because you just cross right street because the streets are small. So me and Leon got to the house. He went on in the back room. I went in the kitchen to fix me something to eat. Then my mama came in the house around 11:30.
Yeah. So basically, everything that you describe is basically a normal evening. In other words, the story is unremarkable because there's no murder or any excitement like that in it because you didn't do it. So that you tell the story, and then then it probably goes on where you say, "Well, then I went to bed." Mm-hmm. And then a few days later, a few weeks later, these cops show up and say, "We want to talk to you."
Mm-hmm. Well, the story don't stop right there.
Right.
'Cause it goes into Sunday evening.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. What happened on Sunday evening?
On Sunday evening, after I got up that late in the afternoon, my mama had told me to go outside, like cut up grass and stuff. I said, "Mom, I don't want to cut no grass. I don't want to cut no grass." She said, "Boy, get your butt up out that bed, right?" I said, I just looked at it, right, and like rolled my eyes or something, right? I said, "What you think I am? I ain't from down here, right?" She said, "I heard that." So I just went on, put my clothes on, washed my face and stuff, went out there cutting grass. And then this was like 3 o'clock in the evening. LP Sinclair was coming down the road, and he turned this way, and he stopped. And then he came up that little, it's like a brick road, like the car go up on to the porch. And he stopped. He said, "Man, you out here cutting grass?" And my mom got me out of bed. He said, "What you doing in bed this late, right?" I said, "Hey, man, I just overslept and stuff." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Where was you last night when you were coming from the projects over to the Mill Village?" And I'm saying to myself, why would he ask me some question like that for, right? Mm-hmm. That don't sound right. And I said, "Well, I'll go ahead and tell him." I said, "I was coming from the house, and I was with Judy McCrae, right?" He said, "Oh, man, you know you wasn't with no Judy McCrae last night." I said, "Man, how you gonna tell me who I was with?" I said, "If you don't believe me, you go to her house now, and she'll tell you I was with her." He said, "Nah, that ain't what I heard." I said, "What you talking about? What you heard, right?" He said, I heard that you was with that girl Sabrina that night." I said, "Nah, you heard wrong." Mm-hmm. I said, "I got proof where I was at." Mm-hmm. He said, "Yeah," and then he started mumbling and all that crazy stuff and all that. I said, "Man, let me get away from this fool. Mm-hmm. Cause he ain't nothing but a problem." Mm-hmm. Right? So what I did, I turned my mother that grass cutter off, right? Just went on back in the house, and he kept calling my name and stuff, right? And when I got in the house, my mother noticed something different about me, right? She said, "Who was that you out there talking to?" I said, "I was talking to LP." She said, "What he want, right?" He talking about I was with some girl named Brenda last night. And my mother said, "Don't pay him no mind, cause he untruthful. He lies too much, right?" And when she had told me that, it didn't really leave my mind. Cause I'm wondering, how you gonna say that I was with this girl that night, and I went to the Mill Village with you, and came back with you? So I know that he made that story up. Mm-hmm. So I just sit there, right?
Is this guy like a local town liar? What is your relationship with this guy that you were talking to? You knew him, right?
No.
He wasn't like a detective or a cop. Was he a stranger?
But to me, he was a stranger. His brother was going with my sister. I met him when I came down here.
But his brother's dating your sister.
Huh?
His brother was dating your sister.
Right.
The guy that came up and started saying this stuff about you.
Yeah.
Right. Was he a cop?
Later on in life, he was a snitch.
A snitch, okay. That's how that started? You think it started with him, with the rumor, that ended up with you getting arrested and then spending what?
Not only him.
But a whole bunch of people?
It was another girl. A girl where she heard a rumor at school, then she ran with it when it wasn't true.
So it's a small town rumor and that type of thing. Everybody was talking about it, and then you get convicted, a premeditated murder.
I was tricked into signing a false confession.
False confession. Then they convict you, put you on death row.
Yeah.
For how many years?
I stayed on death row for the first time when I was sentenced in 1984, October 25th. I came to death row and stayed like 4.5 years because I won a new trial. in February 8th of 88. Then we got off and went to safekeeper. I stayed on safekeeper for 3.5 years. My brother stayed 4 years. But they tried me first. Well, the first time it took like 4.5 years for me to get a new trial.
Uh-huh. And then you were innocent at the trial?
No, they found me guilty.
Guilty again?
And once he sentenced me to death, I had 2 officers, correction officers of 2 females escorting me back and forth to court. When they seen the expression on my face that I ain't show no kind of emotion and stuff, right? The woman asked me, said, most people come in here, they go off. It goes in crying fits and all that. She said, I wonder why it didn't hit you like that. I said, I just came off death row with a new trial, so it don't faze me no more, right? And she said, oh my God,
she did not know.
She couldn't believe that, right? Yeah. But what she didn't know was I had God with me. She didn't know that. That's where my faith got stronger, and that's where I never gave up, because I knew it was hope down that road somewhere. One day, I always believed that I was gonna come up out of that place, but you can't come out on your time. You only could come out on God's time.
What's the top level that North Carolina will pay out?
Well, they used to, when that $750,000 was like, they used to pay you like, I think, first it was, how did that go? I think it was 50,000, where they pay you 20,000, something like, yeah, 750, but they were paying you 20,000 a year.
Oh.
And then they push it up to 50,000 a year.
But the way they have damaged and treated Leon, it really, really hurts. Leon is unable to function on his own. Leon's been treated like a dog inside that prison between each and every one that had hands on him. And now, instead of him being out here with us today, he's only could stay into a tied down situation where part of him wants to go on, the other part, he just can't function well. So this really, really hurts me when I thought I was going to be happy through it all. He's not doing well at all. So they have treated Leon really bad in there. They snatched my brothers away from my mom up at that police station and would not let them go, wouldn't let my mom come in the room with them. All we could hear all night long was them crying, saying, I didn't kill nobody, I didn't kill nobody. And they kept them overnight to the next morning. The only way we knew that they were gone, because they talked to us like we was nobody. And the only way we knew they was gone, because they opened up the doors and they had took them out a side door or a back way. They never passed them through us to take them to jail. So they told my mom, read the effing paper in the morning, you'll know where they at. My mom died holding on to hope that she would see her sons. She would see her sons, and that didn't go that way.
Did she pray every night?
Prayed every night, every day, just wanting her sons. She just clinged on to me, even when I'm 30-something years old, like I'm a baby, because I was all she had left. So it really destroyed my mom. My mom never was right after she lost her sons, never. And then Leon was the baby.
Leon, even though I know it, can you say your name and then spell it for the editor? Whoever looks at the clip can have the right spelling.
Okay, Leon Brown. First name is Leon. Last name is BROWN.
And you are Henry's brother, Henry's
Yes.
brother. And you guys basically got framed up through rumors for the murdering of a little kid, and rape and murder, and then spent 30 years on death row.
Yes.
And can you tell us about any kind of internal, like, what was that like? Did it cause an internal transformation in you at all, as an innocent person?
Just made us draw closer to the Lord. You know, realizing that we needed God's help. You know, it hurted, you know, to be there, but we knew we was innocent. God would take care of us. We did what we supposed to do, you know, to make it. When I first went in there, I didn't have the faith that I have now. It grew. It didn't happen overnight. God dealt with me, you know what I'm saying, as a youth, young. Put people around me to help me out. One brother helped me out with Sonny Craig. You know, helped me and my brother out, started us off in the Word, prayed with us and helped us, you know. Then everybody else that was there come around and helped us out alone, you know. So God had us around people that was for us to help us out.
When you heard that you were free, who told you that?
Well, the lawyers, you know, they let us know, you know, that we was able to go now. We was able to go. We was free to go. Yeah.
Prison damaged him real bad, messed him up. Where he walked out that door, he wasn't in his right mind no more.
When he came out, it was
sick.
like a zombie.
Like a zombie, like an old person.
I was crying
stiff
for
and all
for
that.
joy. I was crying for joy and everything and happiness to know that he was coming out. But the way he came out, that had me even crying more. You know, like a zombie.
They set him free. They knew he was sick from the door, day one, and they set him out here with no Medicaid for help. Everywhere he go, he doesn't get the good treatment that he needs to be able to function out here. So it's not easy for Leon at all.
Right now, where his state of mind is at, it's sad because he's in and out of these mental places.
Yeah.
It's more like he can't cope.
That's your brother?
Without some good, strong medicine, he can't really cope at all. No matter how, I feel as I think, no matter how hard I pray, and we all pray, that I don't think without his medicine, he's not going to function.
No, he'll never function.
It's getting the medicine is too weak. It's too weak.
So he didn't make it, basically. Like in terms of psychological. How did you do that? What did you do? Find faith in?
I have, in prison, I stayed strong for my little brother, trying to help both of us get out. I started writing places, trying to seek help to prove our innocence, and a lot of these people refuse to give me the legal help to help to prove this case and stuff. So where that came to the point was, I just got tired writing. Nobody ain't giving me no response or nothing. So what I had did, I turned my life around. I started praying more, asking God to help me and everything. And I knew I had, in order for me to make it in there, I had to do the things of God. In other words, study His Word, meditate on it, fasting, walk that Christian walk and everything. It's like a man out in the woods, don't really know nobody, and he got to survive out there. Only way for him to survive, he got to live on land. He got to eat from land. Animals, anything is in that wood, he got to eat it, or else he gonna starve and die. All right, that's the way I look at it with me on North Carolina death row. The difference with death row is in no woods. I'm locked up inside one man's cell, a confinement, still concrete, where it's all concrete, the walls concrete, and a steel bunk bed. Where the mattress is something like that. I laid on that all those years. Thank God I didn't have no problem with my back. I laid in that cell at night crying, wondering, is the state gonna kill me? I had dreams where, when I was in that room at night, I had dreams that they took me downstairs and they strapped me on that gurney, on that bed, with that legal ejection and killed me. I dreamed of that. And I wake up late at night sweating with chills and stuff, shaking and stuff, right? I said, no, that's not going to happen. And it's like something was like torturing my mind or something, making me think that's going to happen and stuff. So that's when I start turning things around. I said, no, they ain't gonna kill me. I kept saying that every day. And then that's when I started seeing amazing things. This was in August of 2014. My lawyer started coming up there and said, hey man, we got some news for you. He told me, he said, sharing the Innocent Choir mission, they found evidence that you and your brother ain't had nothing to do with DNA testing and all that, came back with negative results. I just sit there and looked at him, right? And they said they also got the killer who done the crime. I said, what is you talking about, right?